Tonight, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Tennessee Titans.
Some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. You look at this Baltimore defense coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Pollard will take it up the gut. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Now on fourth down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Ravens will take over. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, it's the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 16. And they'll begin by running the option. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On on second down. Here's Jackson.
Connection made with Chenault.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Well, this defense for the Titans, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as they'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. On now is Ty Zentner to punt. Rainey now to return it. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Levis to throw it. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, a 22.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3-and-out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The Titans at 9-3 here on the year, and they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here, and if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason, and we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. Levis back to throw. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Mike Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Brown the motion man right. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. You talk about this Titan defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5. That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense making their way out onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Levis's throw here complete to Ward.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a give here to Pollard. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Levis. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
2nd down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line. Back to throw, it's Levis.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Mike Williams.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Titans go up by 2 touchdowns. Only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
On 3rd down, Jackson.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the 1st by a few yards. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 4th down. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs.
Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard.
He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Levis to throw on 1st and 10 here.
He's airing it out for Williams. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. 39 yards there, a big one. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Levis looking to throw.
And this is caught by Williams. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Calvin Ridley from 3 yards out.
And the Titans take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it's Calvin Ridley who finishes it off with a touchdown reception.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least...
Oh, into a sea of defenders have intercepted.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Mike Williams
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Titans continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes the score 28-0. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now it's Jackson.
To the right side, into the hands of Flowers.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 33, and that play started back at their own 33. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Jackson on 1st down. Got a man. It's Brown. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
This is caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now it's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Ravens are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. On 1st down, Levis.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley.
And this incomplete. An excellent play downfield on the football. Might have had a shot to pick it off even, but it's 2nd down.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Levis now on 2nd down.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. but that's great work with the ball in the air, never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
He's airing it out for Williams. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, we'll make the trip down to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. Jonathan Taylor, over 100 yards in the victory with 2 touchdown runs as well. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the LA Rams and the Green Bay Packers.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
On second down, Jackson.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
Now Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Here's Jackson.
That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 43. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time you wait for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Jackson options out left, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Play action. Now Jackson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson now.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 31-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson, nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds.
Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play?
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And that might be Titan football. It is. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
It reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Levis on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Here's Levis. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he's got this down to the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he'll take this down to the 22-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Tucker's kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, Any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the 4th quarter. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 63 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. First and 10, it's Levis. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Trying to run for it with Pollard. A pickup of 5 that time and a 1st down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down. Here's Pollard again. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose. And just as you said, awesome yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially. They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
Now Levis. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Mike Williams. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Titans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Butker is on target, and they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Now Jackson, over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. To throw is Jackson. And that's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Jackson will throw again. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Titans are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 104 yards on the ground here for Pollard. This is a first down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Levis sets up to throw here. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Ward. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On second down, it's Pollard. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So it goes from a 3-score to a 4-score lead here in the closing moments of the fourth quarter. And whether they got that bonus touchdown or not, it's been a pretty impressive performance.
And they did it with not much time left. But they took what little time was on the clock and used it well, didn't they? Put a real exclamation point on their win with that score.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Jackson to throw. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down.
Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman.
Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was safe. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for the Titans, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9.
And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.